AAA is officially here for our man in Chacha Vauzz, called up last episode to the Memphis Redbirds as he looks to continue a pretty good start. Last episode, after just one game in AA, we got the call up, and honestly, the team in general hasn't played too well at this point. In the standings, we have to go rather low down here in the International League West to find our Redbirds 41 and 55. But throughout the 5 games that our man has been here, he's hit a double. He's hit 2 home runs, including his first career hit. And goodbye, baseball! Chacha Vauzz first AAA hit is a home run. And on that hit, he brought home 2 ribbies, 2 more bring his total up to 4. He has 2 stolen bases, batting .300, slugging .650, and he has a positive WAR for what might be the first time in his career. So as we get stuck on in today, in a 6-game series against the Stripers, top of our division, we're going to look to continue that positive start in AAA. And leading off the bottom of the second, we are already down 2-0 against Vines. Chacha swings early on the 83 cutter, but he's not swinging late on that one. It will be a base hit to left field. Chacha on the bases as we finally are rocking a new uniform set. And honestly, I like this Copa one a little bit better, but we're looking to get a steal here with Chacha. As that ball is down in the dirt, it will be a stand-up bag for Chacha Vauzz. Number 3 for him, already in AAA. As he extends that lead a little bit more, not running, waiting for the hit. That is not down in left. It will keep him at second, 1 out. Following, we have Chris Rotondo batting .266. Can he get Chacha home? With an 0-2 count, Chacha does extend that lead. He's looking for third as he might have just got hit by that ball. Gonna have to pump fake here, not going home. Would have been out. But the flash of that ball coming at him scared him a little bit. Maybe Trey Page will bring him home then. Batting .375, old friend. Let's get a ribby and bring this game a little bit tighter. Pretty decent hit with 2 outs. Chacha runs as it droops down in right. Trying to find third and sliding in safely Rotondo. And a dynamic challenge off of that as it looked like we did tie up the game for a moment. The bottom of the third, we're back down by 4. 1 on. We're going to look to bring him home. Darius Vines, for the most part, having an all right game. Our pitcher is not, as Chacha swings to protect. A bad choice in a swing, though. That one is not. As he pump fakes, gonna go back to first. Second time today that we're seeing Chacha second think some of his base running. With Chandler Redmond to follow, we have tacked 1 on. Still down 6-3 as we look to get into scoring range for Redmond. Get another steal here on Vines. As Chacha goes, this one is in play. And it's blocked by the shortstop, and he's going to go for Chacha. That's the second time we've had the opportunity to do the swim thing, and I'm doing exactly what it says, but it is not working for me. But we will at least have a dynamic challenge coming off of that. As bottom of the 5th, we are within 2. However, nobody on, 2 outs. Take the first pitch and reach base or hit a double or better. We're going to take and go for that hit. So Darius Vines, let's see what you got here. Pitch numero 1, just off the plate. And a swing again to protect. Jams him inside. He took the first pitch. He will not reach base this time. Stripers stay on top 6-5 as we end the 5th. And that score would remain top of the 6th as again Luke Waddle up to bat. Chacha in the field. Again 1 on, nobody out. Our pitching is not looking very promising here on the AAA squad. Perhaps that's why we are doing so poorly. Pitch is in. This will be hit over to Chacha, who will just look to make the play over at first. Get that out. Runner advances to second. And another dynamic challenge for Chacha. Bottom of the 8th. Are we leading off here? Well, no one on, no one out. Assume so. We are going to look to lead off with a double or better. Get into scoring position as we need to here late game. Shreve, his pitch is outside. And in fact, all but one that was fouled off would be off the plate. What do we have here with a 3-1 count? Chacha gets a piece of a four-seamer just inside from the strike zone. So a full count here, 3-2. Getting another piece, that one would have been ball 4. In fact, the previous one would have been ball 4 as well. Fighting, running up the count, and getting struck out on another low four-seamer. So the game then relies on Darren Moquette. Bottom of the 9th. It's a 3-0 count, no one on, 2 outs for Buck Farmer, who gets one, and it quickly resets to an 0-1 count. So not sure what that was about, but it rolls over to first, and this game is over. That's some MLB The Show for you right there. But we lose another game with the Redbirds, but we do get 2 hits, a stolen base in there as well. Some base running issues, but overall, still pretty solid performance for Chacha Vauzz. We'll have yet another dynamic challenge to lead off the following game. Bottom of the 1st, we've got 1 on, 2 outs, but we're already down by 3. So how about get on base, hit a single? I guess hit a single. I'm looking more for El Ribby. I want to bring this man home. We're going to need at least a double for that. Pitches in high, four-seam fastball. And there's a big hit from Chacha. See you later. That is what the Stripers get for starting Darius Vines in back-to-back games. Chacha takes him 442 center field, jacking a deep home run. That might be his biggest of his career. Not necessarily the moment, but it traveled the furthest. And with that, we'll have a dynamic challenge coming off of it as we have sparked our Redbirds, taking the lead 5-4 come bottom of the 2nd. Man on the corners, drive in 1 or more. We're looking for some more ribbies as Dylan Dodd has checked into the game here for the Stripers. So we got Vines out early. Might have also been due to the fact he had no stamina. And Chacha strikes out on the bunt attempt that he tried to use to advance the runner from third to home. Little small ball doesn't pan out too well there from Chacha. But it's been a while since we've seen him attempt that. It's not been a while since we've had a dynamic challenge. They are stacking up here for the Memphis Redbirds second baseman. As again, we've got a man on. We want to drive him in. Looking for O'Ribby as Dylan Dodd already up at pitch number 46. Not a good filling in spot from him as we're bottom of the 4th. Chacha swinging at a ball that was around his chin, at least in height level. And there's a hit that will be fair. Headed into the corner and misplayed by the left fielder. Chacha will get in standing at second. A double bringing home the run and making this a 7-4 ball game. That's what we like to see from Chacha. As Redmond to follow with an extra step here from Vauzz. Might be looking to take third here, and that he will be. Ball in the dirt. He'll slide in safely, well ahead of the throw. That puts Chacha already up to 4 stolen bases in his short time here at AAA, and 90 feet away from another run. As it's a 1-2 count. This one in play, over to short, and the throw will be in time. No run and no ribby for our man batting behind. We did a pretty good job of getting that ribby ourselves, and we tack on some more points. Come our next at bat, and the pitching motion threw off Chacha's vision. It's not going to be a pretty good hit whatsoever as that ball comes in. No one advances. Sometimes that's what you get for swinging a little bit early. You don't have to swing on the first pitch. Top of the 7th, it's Brian De La Cruz. Is he related at all to Ellie De La Cruz, the guy that we modeled Cha-Cha after? I'm going to have to do a Google search as we are only up by 3 now. Top of the 7th is an 0-2 count. Looking to turn a double play here. Cha-Cha drives in. Won't be able to get the tag. Nor does he get the man at second. He should have went to first. Bases loaded. A bad decision there from Chacha Vauzz. But surprisingly, we would get away with it. As Brian De La Cruz is up again here, top of the 9th. They are now 2 runs behind. This was played over to Chacha, a chance to redeem himself as he makes the tag on second, not in time at first. Shortstop didn't cover. Chacha had to outrun it himself, but he does at least keep this game in their favor. Carlos LeBlanc up to bat now as we've got 2 outs. It's a 2-1 count. Runner on second. Tying run is at the bat. As he pops it up, the catcher will come over and make the final out. Redbirds will take game 2, tying up this series 1-1 with 4 more games to go, and Chacha's hits in this one, keeping his hitting streak alive. In fact, in this series, he's batting .500. As a new pitcher is on the mound here we haven't seen. Good to see it's not Vines. Chacha with a hard hit one, taking that one down the third base line. He'll head towards second as the runner in front going towards third slides in safely with a throw off the mark. Just as we said earlier, where it's not always the best to swing early, sometimes it is. We put 2 in scoring position for Chandler Redmond, who has a 3-0 count. Patience here from the base runners. As that ball is outside, it'll be bases loaded, bottom of the first, with a chance to try to extend our lead. Did we send someone home? Or is that run already there? I honestly wasn't even looking, but we have the lead, looking to grow it. With 1 out now, it's an 0-2 count. This one is in play as they're looking to turn a double play. Chacha was running home just in case that was an errant throw. But they get out of a tough spot with just 1 run crossing the plate. But by the next time Chacha would be up to bat, bottom of the 3rd, we would find another 2-0 lead here, and Chacha already has a hit to extend that streak. Look to turn on the 96 fastball, a little bit late on it. Not going to be too late on that one, though. Good timing as it's going back and down. Ground rule double for Chacha Vauzz. Not only do I believe is that the first of AAA, first in his career as well. But you have to wonder if that one didn't bounce over the wall, would it be his first career triple? What ifs? You never will know. Chandler Redmond, though, he's got another man in scoring position. Chacha again advancing. He's looking for third, having to slide down outside, and he is saved. Braden Yobert up to bat now with a man on the corners, as Salinas not having the best start here. We just need a solid hit to get Chacha home. He takes an extra step. That one is just going to be popped up over to second as Chacha dances around trying to distract the fielder. Unfortunately, goes for naught. Chris Rotondo, what can you do? As we're going to look to hopefully avoid the double play. Chacha with the extra step yet again. 1-2 count. That one is going to be blocked by the catcher, and Chacha's back in time. Good news, Waddle not ready over at third. More interesting base running for Chacha Vauzz. As Salinas trying to put us down. It's going to be a bunt. Chacha sliding in. Will be safe. They do get Rotondo, though, over at first. A sacrifice bunt as we play our third. That's what teamwork is all about and what Chacha tried to do in the other game. So maybe building that chemistry with the team. Sacrifice for sacrifice. Bottom of the 4th, Chacha up to bat again. 2 for 2 today, taking that one inside. And a soft hit ball that will go to left, blooping down, and it's by the fielder. This might be Chacha's first career triple, As the ball's coming in, he slides left side, and we have another career moment for Chacha Vauzz. It's an RBI triple, but the first triple he has hit as a baseball player. He didn't have one in high school, college, or in the minor leagues until now. Thank you for missing the dive, left fielder. So now that I'm thinking of it, I sure hope that means they're not going to count that as some sort of error, count it as just a double. We'll have to check later. But Munoz is now in with the strike to sit us down, ending the fourth. Chacha left on third. Going through the break, did quickly check, and that counted as a triple. So indeed, we have found our first career triple. Now we're looking for a double play, as Chacha was not covering the bag, but we got to watch as the pitcher and the shortstop made the double play. And come bottom of the seventh, we are still the only one to plate a runner. 4-0 against the Stripers. Shreve back on the mound. Chacha swinging at the four-seamer outside. And after a 3-for-3 day, we are one ball away from reaching again, fouling off the four-seamer in the top third. Count goes full here, 3-2, 1 out, no one on. Chacha gives this one a ride, right, center, and down. He turns by first, going towards second, where he will slow up. A stand-up double for Chacha Vauzz, keeping him 100% on this game. 4 for 4, and Chandler Redmond with another opportunity to try to bring home a run. 0 for 1, 2 walks in this one, so he is a patient bat. As Chasen Shreve trying to sit us down. That one is in play, but chopped over to third. It will be an out at first. Chacha not able to advance. Well, that ribby opportunity then falls on our man in Yo Bear. We are 180 feet away with a 3-1 count. Chacha extending that lead. Standing behind the pitcher in his blind spot. He looks for third as Chacha again is in. He's stealing bag after bag today. And we do get a man on the corner, as that was a ball. So Chris Rotondo, another opportunity to bring us home. He's done so pretty well today. You just got to make sure he gets a solid hit. The 1-2 count. That one is going absolutely nowhere, apparently. Someone speared it, and it ends the seventh for our Redbirds. But the Stripers coming alive here in the late innings. 4-2 as Brian De La Cruz is up to bat. He's got one on at third. Hard hit ball over to left and caught. We take game 2 and game 3, putting us ahead in the series behind a 100% day from Chacha Vauzz at the plate. You really couldn't have asked for more from him. Got his first career triple on the way. And as we look to continue our hot start here at AAA, picking up some wins against the top team in our conference, the International League West, I believe. Chacha Vauzz is playing out of his mind right now, coming off the 100% game. Can he continue that? Facing against Davis Daniel at the top of this one with a .437 batting average. And giving that one a ride, again, right center, right fielder trailing back, and does have it at the warning track. That's the first out on Vauzz in just an out past a game. We'll have a big opportunity bottom of the third as we have a 2-1 lead, 1 out. Bases loaded here for Chacha Vauzz. And he cranks that one, the perfect timing. Will hit down behind the left fielder. He will plate 2, and he will pull up there. He would have been thrown out at third. He'll take another double with a 99 exit velo, plating 3. I know we just got to AAA, but with what we're seeing from Chacha Vauzz, is a call up to the league coming then? I don't know, we got to be patient as that ball is in play. And it will be an out over at first and an out over at third. Well, maybe we've got to wait a little bit longer. Majors aren't going to like that. Chacha thinking too far into his future. You gotta show you can do the little things right before you send someone to the league. Brian De La Cruz up to bat, and don't worry, I Googled it. If you left a comment, though, thank you. Not related to Ellie De La Cruz. Just happens to have the same last name. Small world. 5-1, we have the lead, top of the fourth, as it will be a soft hit ball over to Chacha. That's going to be the first real mistake we've seen from him today. Just didn't quite reach where that ball was going. Good news, it's not really going to cost us. We now have a 6-1 lead. Bottom of the fifth, and another hard hit ball. Chacha Vauzz, deep left center. He will get at least a double here, and we'll get back to second. Just needs to be a little bit more impatient here out on the base paths. But another RBI double for Chacha. And for Chandler Redmond, if he wants to be an RBI leader, Vauzz is giving him all the opportunities to do so. With an 0-2 count, 2 outs, Chacha with an extra step, and he's going. As that one is in play, over to short. Chacha running home, but will not reach as first base is an out. 7-1 will remain the score after the fifth. But there's a reason that the Stripers are at the top, as they make it 7-6 come the top of the seventh. Charles LeBlanc looking to tie this game with a nice hit into the outfield. Man on second for the Stripers. Pitches in. It will be hit over to Chacha, who will look to just make the play at first. Throw is good and sends us to the seventh inning stretch. After, though, a little bit of a breather for the team. It is 8-6. We do pull ahead just slightly. And again, we're facing that sidearm pitcher that got us out the previous time we saw him on just one pitch. And a soft tapper, Chacha. They will turn to. Well, we know he struggles with off-speed low. Apparently, he also struggles against sidearm pitchers, the only one to sit him down easily in this series. We got to make sure that our pitchers sit them down, as this game is coming down to the final out. David Fletcher trying to keep the Stripers going here, down to no one on. And it will be a pretty hard hit ball. Shortstop, though, will cut it off and make the throw to first. Redbirds take game 2 through 4. It's behind another 500 day from Chacha Vauzz. 2 doubles, 4 ribbies. As we look to go ahead and claim a series win, we get into game number 5. Chacha swinging at the first pitch. It's a 95 fastball with good timing, but the contact just underneath. He's batting .444 with a man on 2 outs. Chacha takes that one outside. And there's a swinging strike, but it gets by the catcher, and Chacha will run it out. So it's a strikeout, but we do still happen to get on the bases, so that will help out the on-base percentage, not so much the batting average. But it gets us on for Braden Yobert. In fact, we've got 2 on for Braden Yobert, though a lack of speed in front of Chacha. As the pitch is in, Yobert with a drooper into left. Chacha is digging for third, but the throw from De La Cruz looks to go home, and they get the out. We talked about the lack of speed in front, and that's going to cost Chacha Vauzz an opportunity at his own run. In fact, it cost Chacha and the Redbirds a lead. No run score. 0-0 remains. Top of the second as Drake Baldwin comes up to bat. Gordon Graceffo, another longtime teammate here of Chacha Vauzz. Pitches in. Will be a chopper over to him. This time he cuts it off. Just looks to make the clean throw out at first. As we step up to the plate in the bottom of the fourth. 0 for 1 today with that strikeout, though reaching. Stripers take the lead 1-0. We've got 1 out, no one on for Chacha. Looking to continue. Still a really good stretch, taking that fastball low inside.
1 ball, no strike.
And it will not be too good of a hit this time. A little bit late with some weak contact. It will be a fly out to De La Cruz in left field. 0 for 2. Not used to that with Chacha Vauzz in this series. He's got to have a really strong second half of this game. As the top of the fifth is here, Walden up to bat. His poor play at third has honestly helped out Chacha more times than not in this series. We'll look to return the favor with an out at first. With an 8-game hitting streak on the lines, Chacha steps up to the plate, bottom of the sixth, with a strikeout and a flyout. And we are looking to simply get on base here. We want that hitting streak to continue. We haven't hit too well against Waldron, but this one will get through. First pitch swinging. Chacha Vauzz is on first, and that right fielder didn't have to throw it so hard to the second baseman. I don't think he likes him. Probably about just as much as the Stripers do not like Chacha Vauzz, who's hit them over and over again. We would like for Yobert to do that even more. 2 for 2 today as Chacha gets that extra step. No one's looked to pick him off. They won't look to do it here as it'll be a hit and run. Chacha is looking to dig it over to third. And yeah, he's going to be easily thrown out at third. He knew it, so he was just going to start running home anyway. We got aggressive there, hoping to get an extra base. Did not pan out. And top of the eighth, it's still a 1-0 ball game. We could have tied things up with some more patience there. Instead, it's up to Michael Gomez to give us a double play ball. Hit over to short. Chacha's going to have to cover the bag, get the front runner, and make the throw over to first. A good 6-4-3 double play for Chacha Vauzz and company. And now we need to make up for our aggressive base running. Bottom of the ninth, we are still behind. Farmer trying to close this game out, and he gave him a 92 sinker. A little bit low, but in the middle third. And there's a solid hit. Good timing, good contact. It's unfortunately just not a favorable spot for that ball to fly. Straight to short. Chacha is retired. And this game will come down then to Chase Davis. 1 for 3 with a single, a 3-1 count for Buck Farmer. And it will be again some soft contact. De La Cruz makes the few steps over and records the final out for the Stripers. That makes this series 3-2. Redbirds lead. Chacha Vauzz continues his hit streak, making it 9. And they'll look for the win in the final game of the series. But we will first start out on the field as Brian De La Cruz is trying to get the Stripers off to a hot start with Cooper Jerpy. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. You let me know. But it's an 0-2 count with nobody out. We'll be hit over to Chacha, who will get in front of it, get the play at second, and we'll get the out at first. A double play, though, leaving a man at third, but we take away more opportunities. And in fact, we would get out of the jam as bottom of the first, we're up to bat with 1 on, 1 out. A.J. Smith-Salver is on the mound, and Chacha's looking to continue that hit streak, fouling off the four-seamer. And he just left that one hanging. An 84 circle change that Chacha will get a single on. 2 on now with 1 out. And for Chacha, that is hit game number 10. Chandler Redmond again batting behind, and this time we do have speed in front of Chacha. Hopefully no throw out at home, as this one is in play into the outfield. Chacha, he's going to dig for third, as we will plate the runner at home. Taking a lead here, bottom of the first. The aggressive base running this time pays off. And for Redmond, he picks up another ribby. Rotundo, another opportunity for him. As Chacha, he takes that extra step. This one is in play and down right field. We played a second of the inning, taking a 2-0 lead over the Stripers in Game 6. But as one of the worst teams in the division taking on the best team in the division, they do answer our 2 points in the top of the second. Connor Capel, he's looking to just tack on more for the Stripers. No one on for him, so he's going to have to reach. As Chacha will cut this one off, looking for a spinning throw out at first. That is what we like to see from the defense. Now we just need some more bats and perhaps a little bit better pitching. Bottom of the second, we are back up, so we've already batted around here. 2 on, 2 out. Big opportunity here for Chacha Vauzz. And another soft hit. Last time this one landed, he got a triple, but it will be De La Cruz cutting it off, getting underneath it more aptly so, and sitting Chacha down. But a pretty full stadium here to watch Chacha Vauzz. I'm sure it also helps that we're facing the Stripers, who again currently sit at the top, but we're trying to get a series win on them, which means we got to pick up a win here today. We need the pitching to improve. We need the fielding to come through. With nobody out, it's an 0-2 count for Cooper. That's what we're going to call him. That one was inside, but getting a piece of it sends it to Chacha, who makes the throw yet again over to first. But even with that out, Stripers would get the lead come bottom of the fifth. They make it 3-1, and we need another hit here from Chacha Vauzz. But he sends that one over to the second baseman and will not run it out. Just got on top of the ball. We'll have another opportunity in this one. Got to make it count. In fact, we might be able to squeeze out 2 more opportunities as we bat again, bottom of the 7th, nobody out. 1 on, facing another new pitcher here. Let's see what he's got for Chacha Vauzz. Well, that one's going to be inside, 96. And there's some solid contact that will not be speared by the shortstop. Chacha, he will round. He's also going to look for third. Sliding in. No, they say out. Man, that one was close. It looked like he slid in around the tag. But he does protect the runner at home. And with that, we tie this game up. Second look here. Got him by just about an inch, maybe 2. But I will always go for that aggressive run there. Try to get that extra base, especially when we've got a guy running home. David Fletcher, he's got just as good, if not better, of an opportunity. Man on second and third. We got to get the out here over at first. Cutting that one off. Keeping this game tied. We need a good throw, and that we will have. Sending this one to bottom of the 8th. Tied up 3-3. And a dynamic challenge. Is it in the 9th? Yes, it is. A chance to walk this game off. With a man on second, only 1 out. Drive in the winning run for 2 tokens. We don't need anything flashy here, just a good hit into the outfield. And that will do it. Into right center. Chacha will turn. He's going to second, and he will pause there because we just plated the winning run. We walk off the Stripers, the top team in our conference division. I don't know. I need to do some research on how it's structured in the AAA minor leagues. But Chacha Vauzz just completed arguably his best series of his career. Home runs, singles, doubles, the triple. He got stolen bases, nearly put down a bunt. Didn't end up panning out too well for us. And we walk off the Stripers to win the series 4-2. And some fielding perks unlocked as well. Last time we checked this, I think we only had 3, maybe 4. So things are definitely improving for Chacha in the field. We also might have had 1 new hitting perk unlocked as well. We'll get through these a little quickly. And that's because we've got 25 tokens we want to spend here. And we are going to keep increasing these contacts. That leaves us with 5 more. And I think we'll spend 4 of those 5 over on plate vision. We will get those improvements that will not raise the overall. Still might need to look at improving fielding, but that's a second thought here for Chacha Vauzz. What is not a second thought for Chacha Vauzz, though, isn't necessarily the fact that we are still here sitting second to last in the International League West. But we did knock the Stripers out of the top spot. Taking that is the Storm Chasers. Stripers, they drop down to second. But we are not done yet today. We're going to get the next series underway, get through at least half of it, taking on the Norfolk Tides. And honestly, I really like their ballpark here. This is probably one of the nicest ones that we have seen so far, played so far in this series, with the Capitol building sitting right behind. That's nice. Really nice atmosphere here for the Norfolk Tides. And Chacha looks to continue his hit streak. as that one will bounce. Another ground rule double, and that's honestly unfortunate. We'll take it. It's 11 games where we've gotten a hit, but the ground rule double keeps the runners at second and third. We could have had a ribby there if that one just stayed underneath the wall. But for Chandler Redmond with 30 RBIs on the season, I'm sure he'd be happy with 32. Though 2 outs here, it's an 0-1 count for Cade Povich. And a hit over to third. Honestly, we could have just been tagged out there, but he decided to make the throw over to first, ending the inning and ending the threat of Chacha Vauzz. At least we don't have to worry about that hit streak already continued as Ramon Urias. I feel like I've seen this name and I've heard it pronounced about 3 different ways. Michael McGreevy, though, on the mound as we're looking to turn a double play with a 3-2 count. It's going to be hit pretty hard over to short. He will make the soft little flip over to Chacha, who flips himself, still making a clean throw over to first. Gotta love the play made out in the field as we'll now send it to the batter's box. Chacha Vauzz 1 for 1 today with that ground rule double. He's got another man on over at first. 2 outs this time. Pitch number 37 is going to be outside. And this time, don't count on the hitting continuing. It will be a soft fly out to right field. But after so many big hits in this episode, occasionally one will be an out, especially with the volume of at-bats we've seen today. Though that average has climbed up to 447, and off the pitcher's mound, it is through. Chacha is just wheeling and dealing. Didn't see where that pitch actually was, but I feel like it was below the zone. No way we're going to argue with a hit, though, even if it is a lucky one. 2 more on for Redmond. Still looking for those 32 ribbies as Chacha cannot steal. In play and through. Chacha's going to look for third. Runner looks to go home, and he is safe. So is Chacha Vauzz. We tie this game up. Redmond gets his 31st as Soto appears to have an injury here. He's going to have to exit the game. Those Rotondo steps up to bat. They'll have to bring in a new shortstop there who dove trying to make that play. Really unfortunate, and it's even more unfortunate as that's just part of the game. But we're not going to be too sad, though, if we get a lead. That one looks to be cut off by the catcher. We're not going to get thrown out this time. That's happened way too often for Chacha Vauzz. 1 out here. Looking for a good hit. Or that one's going to get speared by the third baseman. That's why I need the camera to spin over for me. I would have went back. Probably would have beat him to third. But we'll take a dynamic challenge coming off of that as we do have a 2-1 lead here in Norfolk. Top of the 7th. No one on, no one out. Chacha is looking to lead off this inning with an extra base hit. As we have a little bit of some sunset action. Some light purples, some dark burgundies almost. And it's a foul ball. Oh, not gonna be a double. Swinging through the 79 splitter. Chacha instead retired. But a still big opportunity. In fact, a bigger opportunity. Top of the 9th. Trying to find some insurance runs as we got another man on first. Facing Andrew Kittredge. And yeah, he's well behind the 95 sinker. And it's going to be another swinging strikeout. He tried to lay down the bunt, but that one was well too low. No insurance. We send this one to bottom of the 9th. Or actually, we send this one to top of the 10th as we are on second. Norfolk ties the game up. Kittredge still in the game as Chacha looks to take an extra bag, get 90 feet away, and he will have it easily. Maybe one of his teammates can actually put down a decent bunt and send Chacha home. This one is in play, and it's down. Redmond comes through. We take the lead yet again here in extras, looking to find the win in the opening game of the series. But with a dynamic challenge, we're looking to just add insurance. as we've batted around here, top of the 10th. We've got 2 on, 2 outs. Can we add on any more here? Looks like things got away from Kittredge. I'm assuming someone hit a grand slam. Pitch is in. Chacha will dump this one into left field. And he's going to have to get back over to first. Or not, but we did plate an extra one. I thought the guy at second would keep running. We're just not on the same base path mentality as the rest of this team. Way too many random outs just out on the bases. But bottom of the 10th, Anderson De Los Santos. We're going to look to put him away with Riley O'Brien to end this game 8-4. Hit over to Chacha. He'll get in front of it. Look to make the final out over at first. Redbirds pick up a win. They are playing a whole lot better with Chacha Vauzz on not even a hot streak, hotter than hot. Lava streak? This guy's bat is simply molten as he goes yet again 500 with a double, 2 singles, an RBI, a run, and a stolen base. And that'll send us into our second to last game of the episode. With a man on, Chacha tried to turn on the 77 curveball. Good timing, bad contact. That time, it's bad contact, bad everything, but it just so happens to bloop down. Chacha, he is spending hopefully not all of his luck right now, but it honestly sure feels like it. Even the first base coach is like, dude, I don't know how you just got a hit on that. But he does. Chandler Redmond yet again with 2 on. Levi Stout on the mound. And getting the strike to end the top of the inning. Chacha left on, and come bottom of the first, Norfolk are starting off hot. Maybe not as hot as Chacha Vauzz, but they've got 2 runs with a man on the corners. 2 outs. 1-1 count for Graceffo. The pitch is in. We'll get hit over to Chacha, who will end up cutting this one off and making the throw to first to officially end the first with work to do, down 2. But we know Chacha Vauzz, he could have some big hits and they could come at any time. We could use some here though. Top of the third, 2 on, 1 out. Again trying to turn on one, it's the Vulcan change. Would have been a strike, so he swung. And then he cracks one to right into the bullpen, giving the Redbirds the lead. 357, it's about 100 off his home run from earlier. But a much higher exit velo sends that one out. Plating 3, including Chacha Vauzz. He is just a man on a mission. And that mission is simply get to the show as soon as possible. And top of the 4th, we've got bases loaded. Drive in 1 or more runs and break this game open. Trevor Rogers had to come in here to try to slow things down. He's had 2 pitches prior to this one, and Chacha wanted it. But the 4-seamer just a little bit too far outside. That one was actually a really good spot to hit, but it will be a fly out to center. We'll go through the middle of the 4th here with just the 1-point lead for the Redbirds. We'll look to keep that intact as we hit the field. Banuelos up to bat. David Banuelos. And he's going to hit a pretty hard ground ball over to Chacha, who will make the simple play over to first, keeping that lead intact. And we'll have a dynamic challenge off of it as top of the 6th arrives. 3-2 is still the score, but 2 on, 2 out. Yet again for our Redbirds. Yet again, we're going to look to drive in 1 or more runs. Put another ball into the gap. Chacha has done a great job of that over the last 10 games. Though this time the shortstop will interfere. They'll get the runner at second. Would have been a double play most likely if it was just 1 out. So the Tides get out of a tough spot there. We will look to do the same. Bottom of the 8th as Carter Young, the shortstop, is up to bat. So it doesn't look like Soto has returned. That injury might have been a little bit more severe. 2 outs. We just got to look to make an out at either first or second. We'll cut that one off and make the simple flip. We want to make sure we pick up the dub in this game. So top of the 9th, we do tack on one more. Can Chacha find another hit in this one? Batting .455 and swinging a little bit off from the 92 foreseen. That time it wasn't off. Good timing, good contact. But again, just a good play made out in the field. Chacha not able to tack on anymore as Holiday cuts off the 98 exit velo and leaves this game up to Emmanuel Rivera. Nick Anderson on the mound for us, trying to end this one 1 out. As we did tack on a couple more runs, look to turn the double play or not. Feel like we had the time. Hopefully that one doesn't come back to bite us, as it is Ramon Urias again. I'm still not sure. I just want to say it, and then hopefully one time it'll actually be correct. Anderson, he gives up a hard hit ball over to short, but making the play to first this time. We will take Redbirds, take game 1 and 2. Looking to give us a really solid advantage as we head into the final game of today. What more type of shenanigans does Chacha Vauzz have in store for us? We've seen just about everything outside of a bunt work today for Chacha Vauzz. Thad Ward is on the mound. And Chacha lays down that bunt. He's trying to get everything done as he runs it out, bases loaded. Could we have tried to go for a swing? Yes. But did I want to get a bunt down finally? Yes. And it works out. First inning bunting, perfectly placed. The speed advances all the runners, and Chacha makes it to first. And for Chandler Redmond, who does have those 32 ribbies now, well, you're starting to wonder, how might 36 sound? Pitch is in. This one is in play. Gonna go to second. Chacha is thrown out at second. That's why he just kept on running. But we do have a man on the corners as one is plated. And we'll have a dynamic challenge coming off of that, as we've actually plated 4 throughout the first, 2.5 innings? We're going to look for an RBI base hit with a man on second. 26 speed, though. This is going to need to be a good hit into the gap. Not that one. 91 sinker is a soft tapper foul. And Chacha runs the count full here. 3-2 against Thad Ward. And he will foul tip the sinker that would have been ball number 4. Chacha, he's now playing mind games with Thad Ward. As he does get a piece of that one, it's not looking like it's going to plate a runner. In fact, we are thrown out by Holiday. We at least advanced the runner. And I think he scored. Did we have 5 points before? I don't know, but we've got bases loaded here for Nathan Webb on the mound. And Chacha gets a little bit too much under that one. It'll be a fly out to center field. Well, not exactly the best form to start this one. But in the field, we'll look to make a good play against Judd Fabian, as Takoa Roby is on the mound. He's got no one out, 2 on. Every time he's been on the mound, we've seen him struggle. 0-2 count here, as that one will be a sharp hit ball over to short, cutting it off. Not going to be in time to get anybody. Bases juiced for the Norfolk Tides. But we will have a dynamic challenge coming up. 1 for 3 on the day, a 7-0 lead, so we got out of the jam. Good job, Roby. And we are leading off the 7th here, so let's just look to get on base. Try to get around at some point with some other hits, which seemingly we've done plenty of today with 7 runs. Or we will get struck out. Not going to be a good leadoff here. Chacha with the K. It's going to happen. You can't have as hot of a streak as Chacha has been on without occasionally striking out. We'll have one more opportunity, top of the 9th, and one more opportunity today with an 8-1 lead facing Contreras. Vauzz takes that one just off the zone, though you could argue it. And a soft tapper over to first, and he will not outrun the baseman. We won't get any major hits in this one, but we did lay down a pretty sweet bunt. And unless Jackson Holiday really wrecks our day and Riley O'Brien's not able to pick up this final strike, then maybe we will have another bat. But this one's going to be smoked over to first, and it is intercepted to end this game. 8-2, we take the first half of the series. One more win to start next episode, and we will have clinched another series here with the Redbirds. That's where we're going to leave things off here for today. An absolutely amazing episode for Chacha Vauzz, his first full one in AAA, and he was killing it out there. Let's just take a look here at our stats. Through 14 games, Chacha Vauzz, 26 hits, 8 doubles, 1 triple. He's got 4 home runs, 19 ribbies. He has struck out 7 times. In how many at-bats was that? 61? It's slightly more than 10% of the time. 7 stolen bases. He's batting .426 with the same exact on-base percentage. So I figured that would be slightly higher with the fact that we did make it to the bases on one of those strikeouts, but apparently not. We're slugging though .787, and our WAR is up to a 1.1. We raised that by 0.9 points today, so couldn't be any happier for Chacha Vauzz. But you do wonder, when is that call-up going to happen then if we continue at this pace? Well, we might be able to help ourselves by increasing our overall. So to end today, we are going to spend some points here on the fielding. And that now goes up to 2 per. So let's go ahead and lay off of that and get the reaction up to just about the same mark. And that does raise our overall from 66 to a 67. And hopefully that's just one more step closer to where we want to be. We will finish today by opening up our package here, seeing if there's anything good. Do we have any more diamonds here? Well, we got a flip down low right hand 2, a bat, a glove, and I believe this one is a ritual. I could be wrong. Let's go find out. And I was wrong. More than happy to be wrong. We get our first bat grip. So we are going to get an extra 2% boost to all hitting perks, of which we do have 10. So we will equip that. And we are almost full here on all of our equipment. Still a couple pieces we still need. Well, that will be where we leave things off for today. As for next time, we'll get into a new month. We'll finish off the stretch here against the Norfolk Tides. Again, one more win and we'll clinch that one. And then we got the Bulls coming up next. And they, as it stands right now, happen to be a worse team than we are. And that's saying something, as we are still the second worst team here in the West. If we go over to the East, there's one team worse than us there. On the Pacific side, I think we're tied with the Aviators. Bees are worse. And the Iron Pigs over on the East for the International League also not doing too well. Bulls, as mentioned, they are behind us. Knights might be tied with us, or might be behind us as well. So we're not the worst overall AAA team. But with this last 10 from Chacha Vauzz, you can't be disappointed. No zeros on the average, the lowest being that final game, of which we just got the little dink on the bunt, but I really wanted to get our first bunt for a hit, so we get the job done. And to make sure you don't miss out on the rest of Chacha's career, make sure you stick around by hitting that bell icon on the bottom right or scrolling down and hitting that sub button. And definitely make sure you're tapping that bell icon as well so you're notified when all these videos go live. This series is going to be here every single Tuesday and Thursday. But tomorrow and every single Wednesday, Jacksonville Jaguars are about to go through a very important offseason. And really, it's going to structure how the rest of that series goes. We just won a Super Bowl. Can we keep the core intact, or will players look to go elsewhere for more money? We'll find out tomorrow, and you will as well if you're there. Stanford Cardinal. They've got a real big game coming up on Friday. I'm not going to spoil it in case you missed yesterday's episode. If you did, go check it out. But we'll be there on Friday. We'll see you there. We'll see you with the Jaguars, and we will see you back here with Chacha Vauzz, as this dude is simply on fire.